Hello everyone, I'm Sih-Pin from National Taiwan University. I'm going to present our work, StrengthGaming, Enabling Dynamic Repetition Tempo in Strength Training-Based Exergame Design. Strength training improves overall health, physical appearance, and sports performance for athletes. WHO specifically recommends that muscle strengthening activities should be done involving major muscle groups on 2 or more days a week. However, half of new gym members will quit after 6 months. We need to think of methods to let people keep their motivation for workout. One of methods is combining exercises with display and social. Feedback is given to users after they finish exercises. Exercises also can combine with games to provide instant feedback, which is called Exergame. For example, jumping can be used to play the game. And the other example, player needs to keep running to maintain clarity of game screen. Nowadays, there are more and more successful commercial exergames. Many sports such as jogging and ball games already have exergame designs. There are also some devices and gyms that provide highly interactive training programs. But how about strength training? We want to apply exergame to strength training. Strength training will force the muscle to grow to adapt to the stimulus that is beyond the capacity of the muscle by systematically using weight. Usually, strength training asks people to execute many repetitions on target muscle. And, like the video shows, the training is conducted in slow and fixed tempo. Both repetitive motions and fixed tempo make the gamification of strength training a challenge. Some people have tried to design strength training exergame. For example, player can attack enemies through the skill of the card, which is launched by conducting specific strength training motions, while the game gives feedback after player finishing exercise. We try to provide real-time feedback during each repetition. The concept is just like e-gym, a training machine with simple visual guidance interface. It can let users control their training tempo. So our research question is how to improve entertainment level of strength training exergame under repetitive nature and fixed tempo of strength training. To solve this question, we start with understanding the background of strength training. People doing strength training have their goals. The 4 basic goals are hypertrophy, strength, endurance, and power. We can adjust training menu like set, repetitions, rest time between sets, and training tempo to achieve different goals. For example, the suggested training menu is different for strength and hypertrophy training goal. Tempo, which we want to focus, also has different suggested optimal tempo. Talking about tempo, what does tempo mean in strength training? It describes the timing ratio of the 3 distinct phases of an exercise repetition according to muscle activities. So we apply concept of time under retention on each phase of training tempo to preserve training goals, and then design the scaling plus shuffling tempo variation technique. Scaling changes the duration of repetitions while maintaining the target tempo ratio within a single repetition. After scaling, shuffling swaps the durations of the same tempo phase across 2 or more scaled repetitions. We add tempo variation in Flappy Bird game and use bicep curl to control the game as our prototype. User will sit down and conduct bicep curl using their habitual hand, while holding the same weight on the other hand to prevent injury. Inertial measurement unit in mile armband, which is worn on user's forearm, is used to sense user's motion. The game screen is placed in front of user's eyes, and the mile will transmit data to game via Bluetooth. We conducted a user study to evaluate tempo accuracy and entertainment level. Tempo accuracy reflects how the tempo user conducted is close to the optimal tempo of training goal, which is an important factor for training effectiveness. There are 4 conditions in our study. First one is none. User needs to keep tempo by themselves. Second one is visual guidance. User can watch a metronome of training tempo during exercising. Third and fourth one are our prototype game. One applies original fixed tempo, and the other one applies dynamic tempo, which is a tap scaling plus shuffling tempo variation technique. Each user will execute 2 tempo for different training goals, the 4 conditions, and add repetitions in each set. We use 50% of 1 repetition maximum as user's training weight, where 1 repetition maximum is the maximum amount of weight that one can achieve in 1 repetition. And there are 2 minutes rest time between each set. We recruited 24 users whose age is ranged from 18 to 24. 79% of them have exercise habit, and 54% of them have experience in strength training. We run the ANOVA test on tempo accuracy. Results show that tempo accuracy is significantly improved with guidance. Our dynamic tempo let users be more close to the optimal tempo of training goal. We run the Friedman test on ratings of 7-point Likert scale of entertainment level. Results show that our dynamic tempo design significantly improved the entertainment level. And the dynamic tempo variation is also most preferred by participants. To summarize, we develop a prototype game and implement a scaling plus shuffling dynamic tempo technique to add variation. StrengthGaming let designing strength training-based Exergames have more possibilities. Thanks for watching.